rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. May peace, mercy and blessings of Creator of the universe, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala be on all of you. Today we all are here on the eve of prize distribution and a guest lecture on science by Dr. Zoeb Filmwala sir. Under Science Association, according to Oxford American Desk Dictionary, science stands for a branch of knowledge involving systematic observation and experimentation. In short, science is the factual knowledge of body obtained by scientific methods. The term scientist stands for expert in science. Scientist Eugene Wigner, who got the Nobel Prize in Physics, said that intelligibility of the universe points towards divine creator God, that is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Scientist John Kepler, a brilliant mathematician, physicist and astronomer, who unfolded the idea of shape of an orbit that is elliptical in nature. He said, a question was asked to him, how do you engage in science? He replied, I desire in my scientific research a sample test of the delight of divine creator. Scientist Isaac Newton said, the beautiful system of planets, sun and stars as well as comets could only proceed through the counsel as well as the dominion of the divine creator. Scientist J.J. Thomson, who unfolded the mystery of electrons in cathode ray experiment, he said that greatest all the works of creator of the universe, that is God. Einstein, the modern scientist, famous for theory of relativity equal to mc square, got the Nobel Prize for photoelectric effect. He said, God does not play dice with the universe. Further he says that science without religion is a lame and religion without science is a blind. Scientist Kelvin, for Kelvin scale, he said that do not be afraid of free thinkers. If you think quite enough, you will be forced by science to the belief in the creator of the universe, that is God. Scientist Max Planck, famous for distribution of velocities, he said that God is determined to do to those who submit their will to the righteousness of the creator of the universe, that is God. Let me remind you, this scientist is the contemporary of Darwin. Darwin was an atheist, whereas scientist Max was a staunch believer in the creator of the universe. Scientist Jamal Ahmed, who is having citizenship of Egypt as well as America, got the Nobel Prize in 1999 for femtosecond spectroscopy. That is also called femtochemistry. To photograph the life of transition states in a chemical reaction. At this moment, Dr. Ahamad is a scientific advisor to Barack Obama, the President of America. Scientist Towns, who got the Nobel Prize for laser in 1964, he also got almost the second Nobel Prize for talking about giving the idea of interstellar regions. He says that the one who believes in God, no matter where, he is there everywhere. Scientist Abdul Salam, the only Pakistani Nobel Prize in Science, that is the physics, who shared the Nobel Prize in 1979 for unified theory of electromagnetic and weak interactions, along with Sheldon Glashow and Steven Weinberg. In his Nobel Prize speech, Dr. Abdul Salam said that the final and the last testament, Al-Quran, enjoins us to reflect on the varieties of created laws of nature. Scientist Abdul Salam was specialist in particle physics. His ideas, his theories helped Peter Higgs to unfold the mystery of God particle. Peter Higgs, along with Francois Engler, who got the Nobel Prize in 2013 for God particles. Why the name God particle? He said that these particles are very powerful. These particles originate from invisible field. Even the space seems to be vacant, even though these particles are there, this field is present over there. These particles originate from invisible field. Without this field, nothing can acquire a mass. The model says that we people, flowers, planets and stars, all these get mass only because of these particles. But two groups of scientists, 3,000 each, they studied billions of colliding particles and could locate and isolate a particle, and they gave the name God particle. But in fact, the God, capital G-O-D, cannot be located, cannot be isolated. He is infinite. He is omnipotent and omniscient. His presence only can be realized like smelling flowers. Scientist Peter Higgs, along with Francois Engler, they shared the Nobel Prize for 2013 for the God particles. If you remember, Dalton in 1803 said atom is the smallest individual particle which cannot be further subdivided. In 1898, J.J. Thomson came out with the idea of electron. 1920, Goldstein came out with the idea of protons. And in 1932, Chadwick came out with the idea of neutron. And today, there are more than 20 subatomic particles. Electrons, protons, neutrons, gravitons, photons, phonons, V particle, G particle, mesons, quarks, up quark, down quark, charm quark, middle quark, strange quark, and top quark. And 2013, the mystery of God particles. The entire universe is a was a super dense agglomeration of matter and energy. This was called, and this is today also called, a primary nebula. And there was a Big Bang which was unfolded in the year 1950 by Ralph Glasgow. In that case, it was considered that the entire super dense agglomeration of mass, it got fragmented, all the parts moved in different parts of the world with different speeds. After their condensation, we get the present heavenly bodies. And you imagine, this Big Bang was in 10 minus 32 seconds. That is minus 22 seconds, even less than 0 second. In 1925, Edwin Hubble, later on Stephen Hawking, the most intelligent living scientist, but didn't perform a single instrument and experiment because of his own health problem. He said in his brief history of time that universe is expanding. And they said, along with Edwin Hubble and Stephen Hawking, that this is the mysterious and most innovative discovery of 28th century. In 2012, three scientists bagged the Nobel Prize: Saul Perlmutter, Adam Rees, Branscombe. They studied the dozens of exploding stars and they came to a conclusion that the entire universe is expanding at an even accelerating rate. They were surprised with their own inventions and they said that it is amazing, and all three of them bagged the Nobel Prize of 2012 in physics. If we talk about the shape of Earth, it was earlier thought it's a flat. In 1577, Derek was the first person who sailed around the earth and said that it is not flat, it is spherical, that is geospherical, more correctly. And truly, it is said to be geoid, the shape of an pear, and more correctly, it is shape of an ostrich egg. Shape of an ostrich egg that is bulging in the center, that is the equator, and flattened at the poles. You see the water cycle. In 7th century BC, it was thought that the water vapors along with the wind, they are thrown away and come out as the rain. But it was 1580, Bernard Pensy said, the present-day water cycle. In short, there are innumerable inventions, discoveries in science. In short, I will say, science is the part and parcel of life. Learn science, teach science, propagate science. With the message, I end my talk. If you want to shine like a sun, you have to burn like the sun. अगर तुम्हें सूरज की तरह चमकना है, तो तुम्हें सूरज की तरह जलना भी होगा. If you want to bloom,